Location, location, location. In real estate, it's like a big deal. In wine, it's a big deal. Maybe even a bigger deal. Location, location, location. And, you know, sometimes the rules and the vagaries of bureaucrats and that kind of stuff don't really go along with location. You know, sometimes rules and bureaucrats and all that kind of stuff, it fights location. No, that's not what that is. Well, yeah, that's exactly what that is. And then some guy signs something, and what it should be isn't. That's how bureaucracies work. And it's plainly evident with this beautiful, gorgeous wine from the Ravo family. So Pierre Ravo, longtime growers in Burgundy, not a huge property, 7.5 hectares. It's a little under 20 acres, right? So they make about 3,000 cases of wine a year from a bunch of different small plots of vineyard. Classic Burgundian scenario. It really super classic, right? They're not reinventing the wheel here. This is just your classic Burgundy domain. They're located in La Doua, which is funny because where they're in La Doua, to me, really shouldn't be La Doua. And that's kind of the gist of the story today. You know, it should be more à los Corton. So basically, there's like a line that cuts straight through, and then on this side is a Los Corton, and this side's La Doua. You know, they made it pretty straight up, right? But for some reason, there was this one little piece that on the other side of the line that ended up being La Doua, when in reality, it probably should be a Los Corton Premier Cru. And I have no idea why, because even back in the old days, the growers already knew this, because this is the Clos Royer. And the Clos Royer, let me tell you something. Have you ever built a wall out of stone before? Yes, Patrick has built many walls out of stone from his old stone masonry days in Buffalo. But he knows because he's built a lot of stone walls. But let me tell you, stone walls, I've seen people building them. I've never built one myself because I'm not stupid enough to build a stone wall on my own, but it's a real pain in the ass to build a stone wall. It's very difficult. Stones are very heavy. If you're going to put a wall around something made of stone, it's because you really, really like it, and you really think it's good, and you don't want anyone getting into your shiznit. So you move a bunch of really heavy friggin' stones and put a wall around a vineyard. Only the best vineyards in Burgundy in their respective appellations have walls around them. Clos this, Clos that. There's a reason it's Clos, because it's a kick-ass vineyard. Now, why in the hell did this one kick-ass vineyard on the right side of the line should have been a Los Corton Premier Cru end up being La Doua? It's hilarious. Like you'll see the map on the piece, or maybe we can put it in the video, but we'll have it in the piece for sure, where it's just like this little cutout, and it's like, man, and you're like, hey, that should be, This is what, unfortunately, the Ravo family, the situation they were stuck with. When I say unfortunately, I'm kind of joking a bit because they know it's a kick-ass vineyard, and it's the highlight of their catalog. They do make higher-end wines, they make some Premier Crus, et cetera, et cetera. But this is like their pride and joy. This is their base of operation. This is where the domain's located, and the Clos Royer is their wonderful little piece of vineyard. So basically, the vineyard right above Clos Royer, or next door, shall I say, is Topo Vert. So a Los Corton Topo Vert, which makes a fabulous Premier Cru a Los Corton, which sells for like $120, right? Liger, Bel Air, Maillard, like really top-notch guys in there. And that's a really teeny tiny vineyard. It's super small, like that big. And then right above Topo Vert is Corton Grand Cru Vergen. So you got like this little sandwich where it's like Corton Grand Cru Vergen right here. You got this Topo Vert, and then you have the Clos Royer from Ravo. Right there. And the fact that this wine sells for what it does in the context of its neighbors and what they sell for is hilarious. The Ravos are lutte raisonnée, sustainable, so probably practicing organic 99% of the time, but if the crap hits the fan, then they will get in there and make wine. God bless them. This is all maybe 15% new oak here. So classic Burgundy domain. Like you couldn't write it up any better. This is how they grow it. This is how they bottle it. This is the barrels, et cetera, et cetera. Nothing fancy there. We're just letting this beautiful, beautiful terroir that we're stealing shine through. And in a vintage like 20, this wine's a treat indeed. What a joy. Just so full of dark cherry. You know, the 20s had that black cherry quality. You had that uber ripe red cherry fading into black cherry, almost with a touch of plum, which is a hair atypical, I think, for Pinot Noir. You know, you want it to be like, you know, fresh strawberries and this kind of deal. And the strawberry here is it's not so much strawberry. It was a big year, rich year, and the wines have this wonderful hedonistic bent to them, which I adore. You can drink the hell out of these. But you do get the mineral, which, you know, in the Côte de Beaune in this area, which this really is a Los Corton. Come on, let's not kid around. You get great structure, right? And that rocky, almost minerally bent to the finish. Lots of fruit in the mid palate, but then this wine kind of cleans up, goes vertical, and tightens up on the finish, which makes you want to drink even more of it again, which in a more hedonistic vintage, sometimes you might say, oh, no, you know, I'm just gonna, you know. This one, you can kill the whole bottle. There's great intensity to this wine, super drinkability. Le Doigt, man, get ready. Le Doigt is coming. Le Doigt was an appellation that wasn't a big deal for a long time, but with climate change and global warming, a lot of these wines from Le Doigt, a bit like Chory Le Bon and some of these other areas, are really coming into their own and making wonderful, expressive wines. And some domains own some really top vineyards in Le Doigt, and now they're starting to figure out, like, wow, Le Doigt is pretty good now. Easy to say, Ladoix, you know, not too tough to spell, French, but not too hard. We got this, right? So you got a great grower, you have an up and coming appellation, you have a wonderful secret vineyard, right? Which nobody knows about, that delivers insane value. Location, location, location. I think this wine is 40 bucks? I think 40. Wow. What a deal. Incredible Burgundy find from the Ravo family. Get yourself some.